I had to start it off awkward. Doing it live on a Thursday morning. Well, actually, it's live on a Monday night, but this doesn't come out till Thursdays. We got a big show, big guests, big things to talk about. I want to start off by introducing my co-hosts, me, Travis Sutton. This is the I Show. I run everything. I do it all. I'm with these two guys, Brad Waldrop, Money B Rad. Does he still look like Fred Durst? Mike Honcho.
Different today.
And we got in a special guest, Jeff Zuccarell from Get Stuck. What is
What's up,
up,
Jeff?
Jeff?
Not much. Not much. Just
All
thought
right.
I'd join you guys tonight.
How does it make you feel that you're our very first guest?
Oh, it's great. uh,
You know,
You are going to be blown away by the quality of our podcast.
I'm
Spot
sure. I'm
on.
sure you're an avid listener. I know you said you went and got the tattooed on your arm because you're such a big fan, and you wanted us to sign your arm next time you saw us. So I'm sure we'll get that.
I did hear
But
that.
fun fact for all the listeners: the thing about Jeff Zuccarell is he sponsors all three of us. He's our main tire prep choice. Uh, he's, in my opinion, the best in the business right now.
You got that
He's
right.
got the top of the line products. Brad, you've been running it longer than all of us. What is your favorite thing about Get Stuck Prep?
Consistency. Consistent. I mean, for the last 3 years, 4 years, um, when I order OG Get Stuck, it's still OG Get Stuck. And it's been the same. You know what to do with it.
You know exactly how it's going to work. You know exactly how to use it. I know when I first started off, I was a straight Get Stuck guy, and I, I
And you kind of veered
chased
away.
the deal. I shouldn't have chased the
Veered.
deal, and I turned my back on Jeff. I slammed that door in his face, and I said, "You get out of here. You get out of here now." But then I came back crawling and crying, and he accepted me back onto the team. So, Jeff, tell us a little bit about Get Stuck Products and what all you bring to the table, and something just a little bit about yourself.
so
You suck up.
yeah,
You suck up.
the yeah. So I mean, I when I started the RC drag racing, I had no intention of making prep. That wasn't what I got into it for. I got into it to race, right? And I like the competitiveness, and it was drag racing. I was a little into some street racing stuff for a little bit, and I was like, oh, I can combine two hobbies into one. It's a little safer now that I have kids, and let's see how this goes. Um, Started racing in the 419 and in Michigan. There were famous people on the internet at the time, like Frank Ulbrich and Mark Vine, and I was like, man, I want to be like those guys. So I chased the performance and the numbers and racing, or getting to race against them. And one time I ordered something. Someone asked me. I think Kayla Buff asked me. I ordered something, and what I got was great. It was 2 ounces of product, and it was quite a bit of money. And I was like, this can't be right. This can't be what I ordered. But it was, like I said, it was a good product, and I took a step back, and I had made some on-road prep for myself in the on-road nitro stuff, and I was like, I think I can make a prep. Well, it was a little more difficult than I thought at first to make something good and have it be different. I didn't want it to just be the same stuff. Um, so I made a couple things, and they actually turned out slippery. They weren't sticky. So I was like, whoa, we're heading down the wrong path. um, so it took about 6 to 8 weeks testing in the 419, and I had a friend with me. His name's Brandon Phillips, and he's like, hey, this is pretty good now. So we started racing on it, and we raced all the way up until it was like a October Kentucky race. Kentucky was a really popular place at the time. And I was like, you know what, I'll make 50 bottles and just see how it goes. Made the 50 bottles, took them there, and in about an hour and a half, they were all gone. And that's pretty much how it started.
Just paid for your racing.
Right, and I did, that again, it wasn't the intent like to pursue it that way, and it's just happened. I was
Yeah.
thinking about it tonight when I was pouring bottles. I was like, I've been doing this a while. And then, meeting the Texas guys, that was something kind of interesting. I used to occasionally send out bottles. I sent, I think his name was Cody, maybe. Uh, there used to be these Texas races that Jay and I think Brad were part of. Um, and the kid would host the races. Big Chief was at one of
Colby,
them. Kobe,
Colby.
Kobe, Kobe,
Yep.
yes. And I said, Kobe, take these and give them to someone. Uh, one of the bottles went to Jay, and that's how I met Jay. So, yeah, and it's just evolved from that. Occasionally try to mix different things. I don't really pursue making other products. It's not really a goal of mine. It's always been to try to have the fewest number of products. But when I do come across something, I'll mix up a sample and send it out. And if it becomes viable, or a racer that gets it can verify what I think I feel or what I think it is, I'll try to maybe turn it into something for sale. So hopefully that answers some of the question you asked.
So how many products do you offer at this time?
So let's see. There's Get Stuck, EAD, G, Get Paid, and Spider. Those would be the preps. And J's Motor Oil. So that's 6. G is probably the least popular. I don't really make that in buckets anymore. I make it on demand. Just because as we've moved away from tape and stuff, now some people really like it, so I do make it for them. Let's see. And then conditioners, we have WAP, Soft and Grippy, Fireball, and Orange Dream.
My
And
favorite.
then for dirt oval guys, we have Dirt Reaper,
Oh,
and they'll use Fireball sometimes and maybe Orange Dream. And then for on-road guys, I make soft and grippy, but I make it 2 ways for them right now. One way is the standard, and another way is kind of like a premix that some of the guys in on-road are testing on asphalt, and that seems to be going well. But they ask for it by request.
nice.
We have 2 new things that may come out. One,
Breaking
one,
news.
one for sure is a conditioner. A couple people have gotten it and verified what I thought it did. There's a couple more bottles to go out to dirt oval people and on road, just to get their opinion. But it's likely going to become for sale. And then there's a prep. A handful of bottles went out. There's still a couple more that need to go out. And when those get the feedback back from those racers, then it will get a label and become probably a real product.
Nice.
Is it a
So
sticky prep?
It's a sticky prep, yes.
breaking
Um,
news. I mean, he's gonna release. We're the first ones to know about this. What's up? You got to listen to the show to know that we're coming out with new preps. All because
uh,
you got to listen.
yeah. So, but the conditioner went really well so far. That was the thing I really was focused on more. The prep thing hasn't really been something I chased, but some people asked for it, and I was like, I'll see if I can make that, then give it to them to test. Um, it's it's been used once that I know of so far at a race, so we'll see. Yeah,
Nice.
I think Honcho was on. I talked to him and said, "Hey, I think I have something." I was trying to get it to you.
Oh, this is
I
awkward, Brad.
I
Just
just I get so caught up in trying to keep up with people's orders, right? That's the primary thing. Somebody's ordered something, I try to get it to them as quick as possible. So the testing doesn't always go out as fast as I'd like.
you offer a battery as well, correct?
Yes, yes, that has been super successful. That really came about again just by some stuff had happened and working with Jay, and he had said something along the lines of like, "Hey, there's a couple places we can work together on and work on some batteries if you want to, and let's do that together." I think with my ability to test and keep testing products, because he can run all year long. He's got a large group of racers in his area. Brad, that whole like RCDRL crew, that original Kobe crew. Um, we can get those. We can test them again all year. Hot temperatures, cold temperatures. I can't do that up here, and I really can't do it with making prep anymore. Run and test the way that I would maybe have been able to in the past. So we started off with one battery. It was really good. It set some track records. It set some event records. It won some races. We evolved that into a Gen 2 pack, which was slightly different but also came with 6-gauge wire. Everyone, we did that more by user request. We thought the 7-gauge was fine, but we went along with their request. That was fantastic. And then now our Gen 3 pack. I think Brad's had one for a little bit and be able to test along with Jay. And those have been fantastic. That's really surprised us how that pack has worked. So, yeah.
For those of you who are wondering, Jay is JFab Garcia, Brad's testing
Hmm.
partner, his teammate, travel buddy. You see
Life
Brad at a
coach, the
race,
whole deal.
yeah, you see Jay at the race, Brad's right there with him, or you see Brad, Jay's right there. It's
Hmm.
the three of them, him and his son Titus. So
Ironically, if Jay wasn't there, I'm usually right by Brad at the races. So,
yeah, I mean, you guys got a good group, and like Jeff, you've been in pretty much in NPRC since the beginning, correct?
almost. I missed the 2020 when it was really in its infancy. Um,
Yeah,
it did catch my interest there, though, at the round late summer, fall 2020. Um, I got interested. I was following what the Bullet car was. I didn't really know that at the time. I remember asking a local friend, "Hey man, I don't know anything. Can you tell me about all these cars? I don't really know how much racing I'm going to do. I want to get something that's competitive. Don't really want to buy a second car." And right near the end of that, the Bullet was really becoming popular. And through watching Mark Vine and stuff, I was like, I think I'm going to go with that car. So I got those parts and built it. And before I know, I had two. And before I knew it, I had two that had floating body mounts because I thought that was cool from my on-road days.
Yep. Yep.
And I was like, this doesn't look like anything anyone else has. Um, and yeah, so that was fun. It's fun to bring something from another form over.
yeah.
Uh,
Was that the first car you started out with? Was the Bullet, or did you start out
the
with a stock?
Bullet, the very first pass I ever made with a car was a Bullet with floating body mounts.
Nice.
And I think it went like two fours, 235, two fours at like
Yeah.
70 miles an hour. Um, and then that would have been like early April by SummerSlam 1.0, which was like Memorial Day weekend. It was 205 at 74. So progressed quite quickly for that
That's
time.
fast then.
Yeah, you moved
Yeah.
up, bud.
The second fastest guy at the time for that race, I believe on GNSS's, because we didn't have timing system, was like a 230 GNS to a 205. So that's where like, oh, our whole club is going to go to Michigan and we'll race against Frank and stuff and see where we're at as a club. And that was fun. We had Michigan versus Ohio. We could get there again in terms of racing, but there'd be so many things that would have to change in terms of people and money and cost. Um,
Yeah.
and even if it was something more of along the lines of like, I really do like the stuff guys are doing with VXL. I think
Hmm.
some of that racing is awesome. There's a extreme pro stock. RCDRL's doing great things. RCDRL's got extreme pro stock. They got pro stock. Maybe they have VXL or maybe they've migrated away. But some of those classes, I've, I've always thought we burned ourselves in the beginning. Um, as an outlaw racer, you could not race box stock. So we could have had a large box stock class that was always thriving. I understand why you don't want me in box stock back then. But man, when other racers came out and they saw like box stock cars run, they want to get into that, right? That was their gateway. And when we only had five of them because everyone's racing outlaw, as a whole community in the country, it was similar in that fashion. So
Hmm.
that maybe hurt us a little in the beginning that we could still have some other racers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little background on my entry into this, and how it evolved and where we ended up and how Get Stuck evolved.
It's a great company, great products, and we really appreciate all of it. And I got to say that I think that just last year versus this year, the prep game, I think, is with line maintenance has gotten so much better. Everybody's running faster times, and I mean, I'm hooked. That's just all there is to it.
In most cases, at most events, club races, racing in general, most places are doing some form of line maintenance, or they're managing the line somehow.
Hmm.
Most racers know how to prep, where they're not getting crazy,
Hmm.
right? Um, Now, I hear different things at different times, but I don't believe this is always the case. And, you know, whether you're at the winning end of the field all the time, or the middle, or you're still learning and, you're the guy that's like, man, I'm so happy just to get out of the first round. The general instructions that I provide or try to help people with isn't isn't let's put on an infinite amount of prep, right? Because that only takes you so far, and it doesn't help anyone else. Because if there's a
Uh-huh.
misconception out there about what I try to teach or tell people, um, it's not. Maybe people got me wrong, but it's not just put this on and just keep putting it on.
Just keep coating.
Right, right.
You'll
No,
stick.
that is
You'll stick.
definitely not the answer. That is definitely not the answer.
There,
No.
there is a time for more, but I mean, I get reports all the time from Brad and Jay's area where they're like, we did 1.5, and we were rocket all night, or maybe when we first started we had to do this, but then boom, 1.5 coats or something, maybe two, like, or the temperature changed at that moment, or it's not. Let's put on 8 coats of stuff, like it, but
At SummerSlam and Midwest, I was on a single coat of Jay's Motor Oil. One
right,
coat. One coat at a
right.
national event. National event.
And I had my own struggles, but there was a moment where I did have some decent runs, and I was on 2.5, trying to feel it out. So it wasn't us trying to do something nefarious to like hinder other people too. So
Right.
What? You don't try to screw everybody over and mess every. Oh
we can go there, and I'm sure there's many fast guys that can do that, but that's not the intent.
no.
You've mentioned it. It has been better, I think, overall this year.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So that's what we can do, right? Like
We just got to get the people back to see that it's better.
educate and inform, um, things like that.
Yep, you're right.
Brad, you got any questions or anything for Jeff right now, or?
Um, no, right now.
Uh, so as like, because our show's about creating positivity, bringing new people into it. What is something that you look at when you're wanting to sponsor a driver or like even a club?
So I've had a couple people in different areas. They've hit me up, and I didn't add them. And there was some reasons I didn't add them. Some people are like, you add everyone. That's not true. I do add a lot of people, but the people I add, I try to add because they've shown that they are people that are using the product. I try to look at their online presence, that they're positive people. They're people that are hopefully trying to help others. They're either growing or expanding their own RC community, either by putting on races or helping classes or helping promote a great racing environment. So you don't always just have to be, well, he's a fast guy. We all should want those people to help grow this sport. Um, uh, so I would ask people things like, where do you race? Who do you race with? Can you tell me any results in the last year? Show me that you're motivated and you're trying, and that you want this to grow. You're not just, I mean,
Chasing a discount.
right. And I had a guy, and he was pretty positive about get stuck stuff. And I kind of liked him, and we would chat here and there, and I would help him. And he he hit me up and said, "Hey, I really want to be a part of the team. I want to be more than just a part of the team." And I had seen some posts where he wasn't just a get stuck person. And I said, "Hey, when I wanted to be a part of something, I showed I was going to be as dedicated as possible to that in my on-road days or any previous RC days." And I said, "You're telling me one thing in messages and you're asking one thing in a particular way, but can you explain this post for me?" And he really didn't say anything. And then the next day he was sponsored by somebody else. So to me, he was just asking, he was sponsor shopping, which is unfortunate because I really kind of liked the guy. But I mean, you'll have that. And I know that that's a turnoff for some of the other companies. Sponsor shopping in the drag racing community. Eventually you run out of sponsors to shop for. There's only so many of us, right? Right, there's only
Yeah.
so many chassis makers, so many prep makers, so many tires. So even to be sponsored by the other company, to me, when I see a post from him promoting, I don't see the dedication from that person. It's kind of because I know the conversations we had in the background. So I try to vet people as best I can for the right attitude. I think any company does.
Yeah.
All of the at one point all of the major companies, sure they would like you as a customer, but they really want you to be the guy out there, that likes actually what you're using, not just using it because it had a discount.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's the problem is people love the discounts and they just chase it.
I mean, it's an expensive hobby, right? Like we are,
Yeah.
we
Oh
are,
yeah.
we are racing expensive small cars. I can't go out my front door to my neighbor and be like, "Hey, do you want to race these?" Well, what's that cost? As soon as I open my mouth, he's gonna look at me like I'm insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but we
You
all
spent
do
how
it,
much on a toy?
right? We all do it because we're competitive and it's a sport
Yeah.
we like, right? And so do all the other racers, right? So, I mean, the travel, everything.
Right.
I mean, Brad has a
But
camper now.
I mean, Brad literally bought a camper for RC racing.
Home on wheels.
Yep, we did.
Recreational vehicle.
Did I say I was dedicated? I meant it.
So, with that being said, like, what, I know we kind of touched on it a little bit, but what is one way you think that we could grow this hobby and make it something big again?
The VXL and the Pro Stock class. That's the entry. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
A guy hit me up, and they used to race, and he got away from it a little while ago. He's out west, and he said, I got a bunch of guys together, and really we're just kind of running buggies and different things that people had down the road, and we're drag racing. I'm just trying to grow it from there. He goes, I don't want to run outlaw. I would love to have VXL. I would love to have pro stock cars, but right now we're running buggies, and guys are having fun. And I was like, well, that's kind of how this started. So
Yep.
if there has to be a rewind in a couple areas, so be it. And there's nothing wrong with. Unfortunately, it takes a timing system, but there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
bracket.
Right.
They have great bracket in a couple areas.
I had
Those
a
are the
good
ways that
bracket
are
class here.
those
I
are the
just don't.
ways that it's going to grow, right? Oh, in
Yeah.
the wintertime, indoors, there's an awesome bracket series in Columbus area. So
5 seconds for like 5 minutes down the road from me.
so that those are the things that are going to grow. You think about off-road racing, or we'll use off-road real quick as an example. Stock buggy versus mod buggy, two-wheel drive, 10 scale. A lot of people want to race two-wheel drive mod buggy. Many people don't have the skills to race it. They could have a lot more fun racing stock buggy. Indoor on-road, there's many classes that are of reasonable speed. Someone watches what's called a 12 scale modified car go around the track. They're like, oh, I want to do that. That's a definite way that they're going to be done with the hobby by the end of winter. They will destroy the car every run. It's so fast, right? Unfortunately, one of the downfalls, it isn't, batteries cost less now. Speed controllers we can tune. Prep we've kind of worked around, and it allows us to go fast. But it's the speed and the preciseness of these cars that is beyond a lot of people. So box stock, slow things, VXL, those are the things that someone has to grow. That's the only way. And I see new people. There's times where I get new people that message me, and I'm like, oh sweet, a new guy. And
Don't scare him off. Don't
well
scare
the
him off. Don't scare him off. Don't.
I had a new guy tonight ask me. He goes, hey, I'm new. I'd like to get some prep. I'm like, well, can you tell me what you're racing? Can you tell me where you race? How fast is your car right now? Like, you don't need one of these preps when you're only running this speed right now. Let's start
Yeah.
you at the beginning, right?
We don't need you running spunk yet, bud.
Right. Let's start you at the beginning. You might need a bottle of OG and one of these bottles of conditioner. Run that. Come back in 2 weeks and let's go from there. I think any one of these companies should be that. It's not like
I absolutely agree, and that's the way we could grow it. Is people like that being honest with them, like you don't need spunk, you're not gonna need EAD, you're not gonna need G. Well, you're gonna need a straight OG and some
right.
good conditioner. That's all you need to
That's
start.
all you need.
Yeah,
Yeah, if he
because
wants to buy something from me, that's really all he would need or want to start. And in some cases, even something like ultra dry.
yeah,
Hey, ultra dry a car can go in the 1.6s on a road that doesn't have anything on it. So why don't you start with that? It's not even messy to clean up. So I try to guide new people not to like a 1.3 outlaw car instantly. That's
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, you very well could have sold him on everything you had and made money, but the thing is all that's gonna do is just turn the guy away when none of that stuff's working for him.
Yep.
Or he
Or
goes to a big race and gets screwed over because he's trying all that, doesn't know what he's doing.
I ask important questions like who and where is he at? So I can know like do I know somebody there like hey, could you help this guy a little bit like
That's
you know.
exactly what we need.
Yep.
mhm.
And it goes back again. I talk to Hancho quite a bit always at different times. Uh, Our face has to be positive.
Absolutely.
Too many times, new people creep in to no prep junkies, and new people creep into our group forums, and the first thing they see is negativity. Someone didn't like this, someone didn't like that, and you know, I know not everyone's happy with everything all the time, but where we're at and what we have to be positive about. Or
Yeah, it just won't happen. Okay,
so.
so I mean, I don't know if these guys have any questions, but I still got a couple more unless they want to jump in. Hancho, do you have any right now? Do you want me to go? Keep going.
You've kind of hit everything that I was going to
Yeah.
ask.
There's three of your team drivers, and Brad, Hancho, and me. If you had to rank us in your favorites,
But Honcho
What's
cannot
the
be number one.
category?
we know Hancho's number one. Out of the
Yeah.
Shut up.
okay, and now I think about it, Brad's probably number two because he tests all your stuff. You know, what, don't answer that actually.
Don't
I
answer.
didn't hear what the category was. I didn't.
Your favorite guy to talk Disney with?
Well,
Who's that?
it's probably Travis.
AJ.
AJ.
I did talk occasionally to AJ about Disney stuff. I like talking to AJ.
Oh yeah, yeah, he'll go to Disney with you. I mean, he came with us on a couple of days during while we were down there.
Yeah,
But
he's
that's the
I,
thing is,
I like AJ.
go
He's
ahead.
a competitive racer. He is he comes from a different set of racing
Yep.
with a different set of criteria, high end off road and different things like that, right? So he might even be an on road racer. But I know the skill level and the area where he comes from in terms of driver, right? So I know his background in being meticulous on things. So yeah, I like AJ.
Very. Yeah. I hung out with
And
AJ all weekend this weekend,
and
so
he's just like us. He wants this hobby to grow because he doesn't want it to
Mhm.
die because
Hmm.
he truly loves the hobby, just like the four of us.
No, for
Uh,
sure.
so this is one question that I asked these two guys one night, and it kind of got a little serious in here. And this is the last question I'm gonna ask, and it's serious. Like I always joke around, but I know that you have a prep company. You're a father of two girls. What
One
after
boy, one
all
girl. One
one
boy,
boy,
one
one girl. I'm sorry, one boy, one girl.
girl.
Sorry. Uh, after all this is done, what do you want your legacy to be? Like, what do you want to be remembered for?
Whew.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
hard one.
deep, dude. It's deep, buddy.
No, no, it is. It is.
Because in a drag racing world, like I always want to remember as a guy that people could come up to at the track and always good for a good laugh. Like I want always people to always be like, man, I don't want to go up to that guy because he's a dick. Like I don't ever want to be remembered for that. Like I always want people to think that I was always nice and positive, and like that's the same with these two guys.
Mhm.
What is
Yeah. Well, I think we all would. I mean, you know, when someone would leave after they were with me for like a year or something, and they were get stuck person or something, and they would leave. You know, at first, I thought I would kind of take it personal, because I tried to think of everyone as a friend.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't always work out that way. And I tried to describe it to somebody one time. I was like, when someone leaves and you did think of them as a friend, and they left either for a better discount or something, or whatever, in those kind of terms. I was like, it's kind of like when you're in high school and a girlfriend broke up with you. I don't know how you guys always were. I took it personal, and it would be like, oh, I don't want them to leave. What could I do
Yep.
to get them back? And I
you
quickly
kill them?
learned. No, I quickly learned though that like
Do that.
I think it took about two or three people to leave, and I quickly learned that like it's not personal, and maybe they still are a friend. They just it's okay. The irony of those first three people that left, they came back. So I thought that was interesting. But no, truthfully, like, if the RC drag racing stuff, and I hope it does carry on for a while, I think we have the relatively established group that we have. All of the people that thought they were fast are gone. All of the people that maybe had some money from the COVID times or something Those people have fizzled out. What we are left with are the dedicated diehards that are competitive and want to race and enjoy this and love it for what it is. That's what we have left. And in every form of RC racing I've ever done, those are the people that are always left after a new class starts. There's a note for you guys, because to me you're a little newer, in terms of the overall hobby. So I never thought as a kid growing up I would be able to drive at the level I got to in on-road. So I thought that was a cool legacy. A cooler legacy is having a product in the RC sport that I grew up in that has achieved what it has with the racers that have been willing to pull it along to those achievements. So that, to me, if I've never won another race with another person, what else can I do? We've done 92 events out of all the big ones. It's not counting club races or side things. 92 major named races. And some of those are doubles where it was like an outlaw and a dry tire or an outlaw and something. But it's 92.
Yeah.
In 2022, 23, 24, 25. 92 in 4 years. This is it.
That's huge.
I mean,
That's a big deal.
so, yeah, as a competitive person, I won a race. I doubled at that race, and then I have a product that does it. So, yeah, I mean that's my legacy for this. Whatever that's worth.
I think it's pretty good, man.
Travis, your 2 cents?
Well, huh?
Your 2 cents, Travis?
I don't know. Jeff kind of took the words out of my mouth. I was going to talk about my product, and do you guys have any other questions for Jeff?
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
No, I
I
mean,
love your
yeah,
product.
we
Have
were
you
talking
ever
about just
thought?
growing the hobby.
Have you ever thought about sponsoring a podcast?
I mean, I've pitched into sponsor stuff.
I mean, he
Yeah.
already sponsors all three of us. Like, just put his name on the wall. Like
Right.
Yeah,
literally.
yeah. It's literally I just put it right here.
Yeah.
The
I get,
132. What's
I
it? The
know
132 media sponsored by Get Stuck Products.
maybe some banners, get some stuff in the
There we
background for
go.
the podcast.
We could get I could just take down this thing and send it to Brad
Every
since he
time
loves
I
it so much.
every
Yeah,
time I look, you guys have a cool new image up, and I'm like, dang, they got another one.
I
Dang,
know.
there's another one.
Yeah, that's an AI guy over there,
Yep.
Mister.
I think he's asleep right now.
Yeah,
No.
No.
are you falling asleep, buddy?
I'm so tired, man.
We can
What'd you do this
tell.
weekend?
It
Um,
seemed like you had a
You
busy
raced this
weekend.
weekend?
yeah, I did some racing and then, like a fool, came back and went out all day on Sunday, and I can't get enough, man. I'm addicted.
I haven't even touched my Carson's Midwest Classic.
Are any of you, so the races I know that are coming up, or the one that stands out that I keep hearing is Vegas. Are any of you
Yep,
making it to Vegas?
I can't.
No,
I
no.
can't.
I'm not
I
going.
thought maybe Brad, because it's in that direction. Are you going to
I mean,
Midland, Brad?
Vegas is not that direction. Vegas
It's
is way
close
over.
enough. It's close enough.
What
it's
about
It's
close to
24
Toledo.
hours.
Oh,
Is it
really?
really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
far.
I didn't know
Uh,
that.
how about Midland? Midland's coming. I heard a bunch of guys going to Midland.
Man,
Or I don't know where that's at in Texas.
that's like 12 hours away in Texas.
See, that's like me
Wow.
Texas
driving to
is
Florida. Or no,
It's
I can drive to
literally,
yeah,
Oklahoma. Yeah,
yeah.
Oklahoma.
Not in 12
Well, the
hours.
good news is there are races. There's still
yes.
races to finish out this year, so that's fantastic. Toys for Tots, Vegas.
Uh,
There's
Crybaby,
Crybabies.
Crybaby. Yep, Crybaby. Is the card one Vegas also?
the
The
Shuffle.
full
Yeah,
Yeah,
deck.
it's a
shuffle.
Yeah, yeah.
Reshuffle.
yeah, it's
Um,
Vegas.
um, and I'm sure there's something at RCDRL too. I know
Oh
Crybaby's
yeah,
now at RCDRL, so
yep. We'll be having that RCBRL.
We're doing a fairly large cash day
The
too.
Clash. They're having the Clash in what 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
and
Second
Clash
week
of the
of October.
Titans. Yeah.
yeah, it's a moved up a little. Yeah, so lots of racing still to finish out the year here.
There's a lot of races going on.
So does it make you feel good that one of your guys on your team has beat Rick Talbot this year?
Rick's tough, right?
Rick's tough. Rick is Jesus.
I have
I
like
am
one or
0
two
and 2
victories
to
this
Rick
year.
right now.
I have
Oh.
one or two victories this year, and one is against Rick Talbot. I'm just saying. Ran my personal best against Rick Talbot. You know.
No, that's I would, anybody getting to the next round against Rick, they've done something. Just the next round, right?
Yeah.
If I beat Rick in the first round, I'd feel like I won the race. Like
Right.
That's what I
that'd
did,
be all I need.
Honcho. That's exactly what I did. I was like, I fucking won this race. I don't care. Who cares? But to my defense, Rick Talbot's been beating me for the last 2 years at every race I go to locally because he shows up and he just rips my face off. I've never beat him, and I finally beat him in Norwalk, and I ran my personal best. So to me, it was like I won the race. So
You had a
Just
great
saying.
Friday at Norwalk, right? If I remember.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
the fastest car on the property, and then I didn't even show up for the race the next day. I said, "All right,
What prep was that on? I can't remember.
God, what's it called?
I think you were on Get Paid.
Get paid.
Was it Get Paid?
I think it was.
Was it Get Stuck Products? I
Yes,
think it was. Yeah. It was Get Paid. Yeah,
Yeah,
ran
I
my
think
personal best.
most of the people at that event were on Get Paid that day. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
the if you think about this though, think about something for people that are now winning multiple events. In 2022, I think we all kind of thought like, well, nobody's going to win more than one,
Yeah.
right? Like it's 75% luck and 25% work and
Right.
1% skill, and like it's really hard to win one race. Now we're getting drivers or multiple drivers punching through and winning multiple events with really good turnouts and good sums of money. Like
Yeah.
that's
10 grand.
really something else. Like, so yeah, that's a testament to a lot of things.
Yeah, I think that is got a lot to do with the way that some of the teams have evolved and the sharing of data and working together to. I mean, it's crazy. Can you imagine what next year or the year after is going to be like if we keep going?
Well, there's a period of time for some of the other racing. Josh Cyril, great example. There was a period of time in on-road in the USA. He didn't win everything, but in a year or 2 or 5, he was on the podium or winning, right? So when we have drivers now that are like that caliber in terms of work ethic and that, and you're able to win a race. I know Brad won one earlier this year, right?
And then he got top 4 at Armageddon like 2 weeks after.
Right. So that's still, those are big achievements everyone should take note of. Like, when just names come to mind of multiple winners, we have Rick, we have Loopy, we have Supa,
Junior.
Eli, Junior, right?
Yeah.
And then Keyshawn. Keyshawn's
Keyshawn's on fire.
right. So we have some drivers now that are showing up and like good stuff. So it's actually good for a whole community that we can have this consistency. Inconsistency shows there's problems. Hardware, we had speed controllers, right? Batteries, tires. We have more consistency now. So I think that's overall a good thing. My general thoughts on the hobby. Hopefully a lot of people share a similar view.
It was a good show. Thank you for coming on, buddy. And that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Jim.
That's
We
it.
really appreciate it.
No, you guys too.
Thank you for listening to another great podcast on the RCU radio channel. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends to join the channel for more RC content. RCU Radio. We cover it all.